Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Okay, you can hear. Yeah, I'm really sorry that I had to take so much time because Zoom had a problem. Then I need to change the background image. Now I'm back. I'm just checking which verse are we want to read?
39, Babuji. Hare Krishna.
Verse number 39.
Yes, Babuji.
Thank you. Uh, do let me know if you see my screen.
Yes, we can see it, Babuji.
Okay. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यप्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैतगदाधार शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So, welcome to the systematic study of Vedic scriptures. In chapter 18, we are in the verse 39. This is discussing about the what is the mood of one who is in the mode of ignorance, yeah, and mohanam, yeah. So, what is the condition for him? Um, for him, as happiness means, yeah. This is a very nice question. Everyone is looking for happiness, and everyone are of a different degrees of understanding, different degrees of intelligence, and because of these various Navina Mataji, you can go on mute. So various degrees of intelligence or so-called covered intelligence, then one is perceiving happiness in different ways. Some are right and some are wrong, and Krishna is speaking that from this verse. So who can read this?
I'm reading, Babuji.
Mm-hmm.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 39. Shaddagre chanubandhe cha sukhang mohanamaatmana nidralasya pramadotham tattamasya samudadritam. Translation. And that happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is delusion from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be the nature of ignorance. But one who takes pleasure in laziness and sleep
Excuse me.
is certainly in the mode of darkness, ignorance, and one who has no idea how to act and how not to act is also in the mode of ignorance. For the person in the mode of ignorance, everything is illusion. There is no happiness either in the beginning or at the end. For the person in the mode of passion, there might be some kind of ephemeral happiness in the beginning and at the end distress. But the person in the mode of ignorance, there is only distress, both in the beginning and at the end. Hare Krishna.
Yep, thank you. So this is summarizing the three levels of happiness, or Thinking that three things are happiness. So these are covered here. 37, if I'm not wrong. Yes, check. Yes. So 36 is saying Sukham tva idanim trividham. So three kinds of happiness. Of course, we may think, okay, whenever we are asking, we are searching for happiness, but what kind of happiness are we looking for, Parth Prabhu? Hmm?
The eternal happiness
Or
where it's
yeah, maybe
no.
you are in spiritual consciousness, that's why you are thinking eternal. But yeah, what is typically one may think they are looking for? Happiness,
Mm,
right? Real happiness, ultimate happiness, everlasting happiness. They don't know that spirituality is the real source for such kind of everlasting, eternal, real happiness, right?
yes, Prabhuji.
So, Shrunu me Bharatarshaba, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, listen to me. Uh, Abhyasad ramate yatra. Abhyasa, by practice, dukkhantam sa nigacchati. So, three kinds of happinesses are there by which the conditioned soul enjoys and by which he sometimes come to end of all distress. So dukkhantam, antam means end, dukkha means misery or sadness, yeah, and nigacchati, one gains. Mm. Um, so in that verse, Prabhupada mentions that most of the time in the search of happiness we are chewing the chewed. Yeah, the same thing, same thing, same thing. I remember His Holiness Kadambakanan Maharaj mentions, yeah, I think in London. Uh, for the Pandava Sena, sorry, Pandava Sena, he gave a very wonderful class, and in that context, he said, "Yeah, life is an adventure. Usually, we are a bit scared to take such adventures unless we are fearless. So, adventure is for fearless people. One who is very scary, one who is having too many worries, and he may not be able to take up any adventure, or maybe he would just enjoy others' adventure, think, wow, but he wouldn't do, and he wouldn't venture into adventure. Um, and here we are talking about that these three kinds of happiness. In that, the first kind of happiness is yattad agre visham iva. Whatever is very hard, whatever looks to be not enjoyable. Yeah, happiness means something we should enjoy, right? But if it's not enjoyable, can we call this as happiness? That is the nature. People who are looking for cheap happiness, who are looking for something that is very, very um, yeah, quick. Mm, yeah, like gambling is one. People know that chances are less, but why not this time? Maybe this time it works. Uh, so that's why Srila Prabhupada says among the four regulative principles, one is no gambling. Why? Because the mind is always looking forward for something quick, looking forward for something that is, yeah, that one can avoid hard work, and that happiness, what will come? Yeah, maybe one can become millionaire. What is the chance? Very less. Even if he succeeds, yeah, is it really that he did it? Yeah, if it is in his karma, if it is that he is supposed to get, he will anyway get it. I heard long time ago one very nice a German Bhagavatam class by Bhagavad Pura, Bhagavad Purana Prabhu, or what is his name? Bhagavad Dharma Prabhu, yeah, in Golokadam. Somehow I'm still trying to find that because it tells a very nice story that how uh, a bird just let, no, not even a bird. There was a guy who was supposed to get something, yeah, and he said, hey, if I don't endeavor, then I will not even get it. He tried not to endeavor, and finally he will get it. I mean, it's so nice he mentioned. I mean, that's why. Maybe this time when I meet in Golokadam, I will check. But the point here is that, yeah, but again, can we say? Is it only karma? Karma is only that what we have accumulated, yeah, what we have accrued that we can encash or that can get encashed. But there should be a teller, right? In a bank, someone coming from banking sector here, no? Yeah. When you go to a bank, what do? You have a check, yeah. Because you have a check, you can show and get your money. You have someone has to take it, someone has to approve it, and then release the funds, isn't it? Though it's your own money, right? Though it's your own money, but what's happening? Hmm? You have to get it approved. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Upadrashta Anumanta. Upadrashta is one who is overseeing what is happening, which means just like in a bank, uh, there is a computer where, of course, you can check yourself. This is cool feature, right? You don't have to go. In the olden days, one has to go to the bank and then he has to ask, can you please check what are my transactions and print it out on passbook. Even recently, I took my mother's bank passbook to the. I was thinking, how was life in those days? Yeah, until you print it out, you don't know all the transactions. Yeah, maybe now the technology is advanced. That you have an SMS, you have on net banking, and all these things. So, but still, there is a way to see these things. Hmm. Which means that we can check back. Yeah, if Adhirasa Prabhu, what will you do if you don't have this passbook? And if you want to know last 10 days what happened?
Yes, Guruji. Yeah. It
What
will
will you do?
challenging
Yeah, it will be challenging, but how do you solve the challenge?
by going to bank and ask them personally.
Yeah, but if you don't go to bank,
You mean you're talking about the olden days when there was no facility
yeah,
to
even
check
now, what
online.
will you do?
Now we don't have passports, so we just check online.
Yeah, you check online, but even if you don't have that, what will you do? Or maybe
I
someone
call
else.
the bank.
You call the bank. I'm trying to get to the point that we recall what we did, isn't it? We recall what we have done in the last month or 10 days. Okay, I paid for my petrol, I paid for my groceries, I paid for that, I paid for this. So there is a way that we know that we have done something. Similarly, in our own account of karma, and karma phala, we know that, okay, we don't have to think, oh, this has happened, I don't know, because I don't know who was I in my last life. Huh? But we know so much, at least in this life, what we have done, right? We have an estimate of what could come up, maybe now or later, doesn't matter, but at least in our account, what we have, we can estimate it, at least from what we know. So similarly here, okay, in this example, I got a little lost. Similarly, the bank or the karma, we can see that we can estimate that, oh, when we connect the dots back, then we start thinking, yes, what I am now enjoying is because of something good I have done before, which was very, very difficult, very, very challenging, not interesting, very hard. Yeah. And that's what Krishna is saying, that yattad agre visham iva pariname is the at the end result. Pariname amrutopamam. Tat sukham satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. So such a happiness is born out of the born of uh, mode of goodness. Okay, this is clear. Then comes Vishayendriya Samyogad. Vishayendriya, yeah, yesterday we were talking about the enthusiasm of Vishaya Sangara. Means the enthusiasm is there, the spirit is there. Yeah, we usually call that spark in our heart, in our intelligence, in our execution is there. But something that drags us down is what? It's called laziness, inertia, yeah, inactivity, all these things. Sometimes, though our senses are fully on fire, hmm, but when we cannot control them properly, just like horses, that they can run very fast, but if they are not controlled, the horses can drag us in all directions. Vishendriya samyogad yattad agre amrutopamam pariname vishamiva. So exactly the opposite happens. So activity, hmm, is better than inactivity. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, uh, inaction. If people, even he says in the same chapter, 18th chapter, Krishna says a sannyasi means not that he doesn't do anything. A sannyasi, one who is serving, one who is on the right path and works for, completely depends on Krishna and engages all the time in service of Krishna, he is considered better and qualified sannyasi. So in that regard, here we can see um, that the one who is in the mode of passion, Vishaya Indriya, that is the main problem. The object of senses and the senses, samyoga, from the combination of these two, yattad agre amrutopam, he is thinking, oh, now I'm enjoying rasa. Wow, free flowing enjoyment, this mellow, I don't want to miss it. Perfect. This is the idea that he has. That happiness which is derived from contact of senses with sense objects and which appears like nectar at first but poison at later. You know what? This is what we think that is going to give us, and then in the end we will see. Oh no, this is what I was not hoping. Yeah, the classical example is social media. Social media, which yeah, initially, do you remember? Again, huh? Adresa Prabhu, sorry to pick you again. Yeah, those days when Facebook came, the previous generation, they used to think, hey, what is this all, huh? All this computer and advancement, huh? This all this nonsense, huh? Do something which is real, concrete, and slowly what happened? Who's the who is mostly using this social media sometimes? Hmm? Yeah, we see most of the time that they are using. So, and then of course the youth also, they think, wow, what is so important to study, right? Working hard and all these things. Yeah, whatever enjoyment anyway we have to get, if it's already coming, we take it now. That is Gen Z. So when we are seeing two different generations having two different approaches, and the social media, I mean, when I'm saying social is the right word, yeah. So it is going to give instant happiness. So instant that, yeah, there was a time where the classes were longer. Now the class has to be short, and that too, in that short, it should be having an interesting shot. If it doesn't, then it's no use. Yeah. What is, I think, attention, what is it called? I think attention. Yeah, the time one can be focused is becoming shorter and shorter, and rather one has to change the habit of spending time and absorbing things. People are ready, just, yeah, it's just like, yeah, you go to mm, a buffet, in a banquet hall, and then, yeah, yeah, you just choose a piece of whatever you like. If you like it, then you eat more, or otherwise you just don't eat. Wow, very flexible, right? This is the model we all wanted. In this flexibility, what are we doing? There is nothing okay, but something can be healthier, though it doesn't taste well, but that can be healthier. People nowadays, if they see just it's a healthy thing, people just go away, right? Partha Babu? in a in a buffet, if you see something very nice, healthy, huh? Yeah, first though you may think, it's healthy, that's why let me eat, but our mind, our heart is towards what? Something nice, delights, right? So let it come, or let me go there and pick it up soon. So
Yes,
all
Prabhu.
this process is gone. Anyway, that's not the highlight of the class today anyway. So the happiness that is driven, derived, not driven, derived by the senses that are driven behind the sense objects, uh, is maybe quick because our receptors are very active. uh, Receptors are accept very very quick to receive the pleasure that is coming out of the sense objects, but how long can it do? Huh? Uh, how long? So happiness derived from a combination of sense objects is always a cause of distress and should be avoided by all means. Then Parth Prabhu read, Yat agre chanu bandhe cha. Yeah, yat agre in the beginning, cha anubandhe. Hmm. Anubandhe means again at the end. Anubandhe cha sukam mohanam atma nidralasya pramadottam tat tamasam udahrutam. Uh, so this is clearly laziness. This is clearly laziness. And what is the cause of laziness? Yeah, can someone say what is the cause of laziness? Someone here? Hare Krishna.
Non-seriousness, Prabhuji.
So no, not being serious.
Pain, Prabhuji, means um, with that work, pain, not immediate gratification.
Okay.
So
So
long,
which means laziness is because of the feeling of pain rather than result will be pleasure.
yes, Prabhuji, means immediate pleasure, not immediate
Mm-hmm.
pleasure.
Lack of absolute knowledge, Prabhuji.
Sorry. Say again, Parth Prabhu.
Lack of absolute knowledge, like
Lack of absolute knowledge. Okay. Yes. Next.
No motivation.
No motivation. Yeah. Nice. Next. Someone else. Hmm.
Lack of self-control and willpower.
A lack of self-control and willpower. Okay. Okay. Maybe one last response.
Lack of enthusiasm.
Lack of enthusiasm, motivation. Yeah, that come in that side. Lack of
False
knowledge.
sense of happiness.
Sorry, say again.
False sense of happiness.
False sense of happiness. False sense of happiness. That is perfect answer. Yeah. So why sometimes you go and inspire someone, hey, yeah, why don't you join this so and so? Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. He said, hey, whatever enjoyment or happiness that you want, I'm already getting it by not doing it. Was that what you meant? I don't know who was that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, when we said someone is, we are being in Krishna conscious, we are so happy and something.
Mhm.
You always said Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. What is that? Being in the late night pubs and going to shoppings is a real happiness. You are in that devotion. Somebody will feel something like that. Real happiness is doing
Mhm.
the what are
Mhm.
not related to Krishna, but the
Mhm.
when we come to Krishna consciousness, we know the real happiness and we do the Sankirtan or something, we will feel that what is real happiness. But who are not in the Krishna consciousness, they think going to shoppings, parties, that's the real happiness they will.
Hmm.
I'm saying in that way.
Okay, nice.
Like,
Yeah, thinking sleep is mm, great happiness. Not really interested in acquiring knowledge because the moment you acquire knowledge, what happens is you have to wake up, right? So, Pratik Prabhu, as you were mentioning, yeah, lack of knowledge. Did you say lack of knowledge? Yeah,
That was Prabhu.
that was
I
who?
said, Past Prabhu said lack of knowledge.
Prabhu said, okay. Hmm. And
Yeah,
what did you say?
pain, pain.
Pain.
So yeah, so that leads to lack of motivation because yeah,
Okay, okay.
forces.
Yeah, yeah. So hard work gives pain, so that's why lack of motivation. Okay. Yeah. So here we can see laziness is mainly because we don't want to accept reality. We want to live in our own reality, and we think that this is happiness. After all, our generations have always said, "Na, be satisfied with what you have." Is it bad to say that? And there are these people who are in tamasic nature, they are just following it. Is it not right that they are following it? Hmm.
That is Prabhuji in a very bodily conscious and material conscious, that what we have to be we have to be satisfied what we have.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if we think beyond that, then of course there is no limit of attaining the knowledge and spiritual
Mm-hmm.
progress.
But even if we keep aside spiritual goals, even material goals, some people say, right? Yeah, just be satisfied with what you have. That's a very good principle. Uh, why are you working very hard day and night with all passion and yeah, maybe some goodness? Better be satisfied. Usually, this is seen as to be in the mode of goodness. Rather, you control your senses, and then you don't have to chase. You don't have to chase behind women. You don't have to chase behind money. You don't have to chase behind name. Hmm. They are in such. There is a point, right? And we see this as in fact a very good thing.
Yes, Prabhuji, but there is no point of staying in that stage without progressing the other part, like the non-material part, the
Yeah, yeah.
spiritual part.
But we are talking in material terms only. Yeah, I know what you're telling. What is the use if one doesn't go behind spiritual goals, right? But a person who is in the mode of ignorance, does he has any spiritual understanding? Yeah. And people who are in this mode, who are just saying, "Hey, live a very compromised life," yeah. So, but it's not just compromise; it's a very sensible advice. If someone is giving us a very sensible advice, we should take it. Yeah. But lazy person anyway doesn't have intelligence, right? Even if some person is telling, hey, don't run behind, okay, for passionate people who have intelligence, it may work. Lazy people, for them, uh, they are not so into it. Yeah, the moment they think something is about knowledge, they think it's not our capacity and we are not interested. Why? Because let be, what is it called? Known devil is better than unknown devil, right? Hmm. So when others are giving advice of self-contentment and sense control and all these things, of course, the one who is in the mode of ignorance is not interested. Why? For him, he is already seeking extreme happiness through sleep, through sloth, through irresponsibility. Because taking responsibility means what? You have to work hard, right? Nidra alasya, nidra alasya Pramadottam. Pramadottam is, hmm, I'm just checking word to word. Pramada is illusion. Uttam means produced by. Pramadottam, which is produced by illusion. This is they're always in that state. Why? Because they somehow enjoy. One who takes pleasure in laziness and in sleep is certainly in the mode of darkness, ignorance, and one who has no idea how to act, which means no knowledge, and how not to act is also in the mode of ignorance. This is the very important thing. Even if someone can come and give a good advice at the level of goodness or passion, the person who is in the ignorance, he usually doesn't have any inclination. So he would like to go back to his comfort. So I remember when I was talking to someone, I was asking, hey, if you take to Krishna consciousness, like Part Prabhu you were telling, na, Krishna consciousness is the key. And this person is very nice and in fact very successful. And he he asked a question to me, of course, very nice question. He asked, but by the way, why should I do this when everything is going fine? I have a good job, I have a good family, I have nice settlement. What will happen if, uh, uh, what you think that happiness I should have, I'm already having it. I don't need to take up to Krishna consciousness. Hmm? What will you tell to such persons, such people? Any chance that you can increase the intelligence of such person who is already thinking, hey, my cup of tea is already full?
Yes, Prabhuji. Previously, like even um, I also came across, or maybe in my life also, I have faced during our initial career or when I started working.
Mm-hmm.
The days were so exhausting, like these 5 days. Then at the weekend, we didn't feel like doing any other adventurous thing. So we just feel like, okay, fine. So let's rest and do nothing kind of thing.
That is lethargy. That's not laziness. Lethargy is something that you do not want to do because you're already exhausted. Yeah. And everyone also has this reason, right? Oh, 5 days, exhaustive, exhaustive. 2 days, I have to get break so that next 5 days I have to work. Come on. Huh?
Yeah, but because if we do not have any purpose or any real uh, knowledge, we didn't follow that. So
We don't take it serious, right?
yeah.
We take it for granted. So, yeah, maybe some tips of how to improve the life of such people who are in ignorance.
It's it's really difficult, Prabhuji, but
Ratikeli Mataji, any ideas how to help such friends?
Ask to come for taken prasadam.
Give them prasadam.
Feast.
yes, Mataji, that's
Give
correct.
prasadam. Yeah. We see what Prabhupada did in the West when he went. Yeah. Was everyone interested in Bhagavatam?
No.
No. They're interested only in boozing. Uh, and for that they need some food. They don't have money to make. So what they used to do, they used to go and take prasadam. And prasadam did the trick. And of course, then slowly when they started coming to appreciate this, can you imagine if someone hears that, hey, prasadam can change people, can anyone understand it? No, even I can't understand it. I only know that, okay, it's a transcendental thing, doing a transcendental job, so I can't understand, but it does it. So, which means when someone is intoxicated, one who is not having no interest, the best thing is to give prasadam. because one has to live, right? Huh? As Radhikali Mataji said, food. One is ready. Laziness, you know what is the easy thing we can do for one who is lazy is to arrange everything to his doorstep, right? A person who is lazy, he is very happy to enjoy everything when it comes just at his access, disposal. But if the same thing, if you say, hey, just you come to the next door, or just if you say, hey, we are just having this wonderful event, why don't you come? He would have 100 reasons. Why? Because he is so much absorbed in this laziness that his body becomes jada. Because of that, there is inertia. Inertia means a state where you feel moving from this needs a lot of force. And one who is in the mode of ignorance, they do not want to exercise any force. They think, oh, if it comes, let me enjoy. Just like a nice bear. Yeah. Or or a person who is so much thinking, anyway, even if it's not there, then what happens? Then it's okay. Yeah, something else I'll have. Uh, so one who has no intelligence, who is not using the intelligence, it's very difficult for them to uh, give something spiritual. Yeah, the easiest, definitely the doors are closed for any Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. If you give a philosophy, I remember when Gauranga Prabhu, when he was preaching, then people used to come in one hand a bottle of beer, and they used to come and challenge Radha Gopinath Prabhu or Gauranga Prabhu. Now we are seeing, oh, so many followers, so many followers. In those days, the followers were who? uh, So-called hippies of IITians. Yeah? So they're saying, hey, what is this all nonsense? They used to come and they say, if you prove God exists, then I am going to, yeah, give up this alcohol. So many things. Why? Because they feel so much disturbance. Can you imagine in Ramayana we have this Kumbhakarna who is happily enjoying by sleep, right? Pratik Prabhu?
Yes, Guruji.
Sometimes don't we feel, oh, such a nice boon that he has that he could sleep so long? Maybe not so many days, so many months, but maybe at least 2 full days is okay for you. Huh? May that nothing stops us in enjoying wonderful sleep. Sometimes don't we feel envious of Kumbhakarna? See? And then what is the next thing that we enjoy? Is eating something very sumptuous, sleeping, eating. Uh, a lazy person or a person who is in the mode of ignorance, he is not looking a step ahead. Can he always enjoy eating? Not always possible. You need to arrange your own food. In fact, Srila Ramanujacharya, in this regard, he says the sukham or happiness which enthralls the jiva, which binds our embodied being, both at the beginning and as well as at the end, even after the habitual, repetitive experience, exhibits its true nature of enslavement and bondage to sansara, of perpetual cycle of birth and death. What does that mean? The one who is in the mode of ignorance, for him, the sukham or happiness which enthralls him both at the beginning and as well as at the end. So, yeah, it's not just like the happiness that the we discussed now. One who is in the mode of goodness, he enjoys in the end, and one who is in the mode of passion, when does he enjoy? Huh? He
In the
enjoys in the
beginning,
beginning. And what about in mode of ignorance? He enjoys all the way. In the beginning, ending doesn't matter, right? He's always enjoying. Yeah, what he wants. He wants some drugs, he wants some intoxication or sleep. Sometimes we should also understand sleep more than what we need is a kind of intoxication. What happens when you take drugs? After some time, you feel tired, you feel sleepy, right? I mean, I don't know whether it is same sleep, same state, but he would just busy, right? Some uh, when we are in Vrindavan, when we were getting into the bus at morning 7:38, and this bus is taking us to different holy places. Yeah, early morning I saw there was a traffic jam and the bus stopped, and yeah, the bus wasn't moving, and I could see on the side of the road, not he was blocking, but he was just completely unconscious, not because he was sick or ill. He just was so much intoxicated that no one cared. No, neither he didn't even reach his home. For him, he forgets himself, and nature of happiness is you forget yourself, isn't it? I don't know who have joined. Yeah, isn't it the case, Chitramalini Mataji? When we are happy, we forget the world, right? We forget everything. We forget our responsibilities. Oh, because if I take responsibility, all happiness is gone. Uh, and in happiness, we forget time because we don't want that this time passes away. Uh, we don't. So all these things in happiness. So the person who is lying on that street or the roadside, yes, he had happiness and everything. And next day, slowly, anyway, is there any hurry? Does he has to go and work anywhere? Nothing, right? Whenever needed, whenever he can get up, he gets up, and then he just finds again next option for such happiness. No responsibilities is also a privilege, so that you can very peacefully enjoy. Hmm. So, but all this is because, and what is happening of this? That one is going in the cycle of sansar, birth and death again and again and again. Such a person is called to be in that. The word Mohanam, Mohanam, Krishna has a name. What is that? Mohana, Madana Mohana. Mohan means one who is deluded, or one could say that one who is mesmerizing. And this, the word Mohanam means delusion and is the obscuration of the true nature of reality. So, when Krishna has taken this Mohini Murti form, what was the purpose of Krishna's appearance like that? To delude the Rakshasas. So, which means the Lord can do, but we do not want to get into that mohana, that which means that delusion. And this delusion is is becoming a barrier for us between the reality and to be in our own dream world. When I'm sleeping, I have nice dream. In that nice dream, I'm doing that nice thing. I'm doing this nice thing which is giving me nice happiness, and all is nice, so that I don't want to miss this nice sleep. Yeah, and that's why we uh, tend to kind of sleep longer. Yeah, and rather than thinking sleep is a means of gaining, regaining, recouping our own self, we want to spend more time in sleep. Nidra or slumber denotes unconsciousness which can transpire even while engaging in an act of enjoyment. So, Nidra denotes unconsciousness which can transpire even while engaging in an act of enjoyment. So, even when one is enjoying, when one falls asleep, what is happening? He is, yeah, even if, for example, one is enjoying a nice party and then sleep comes, then he said, okay, yeah, let's try for some more time. But again, sleep has the priority. And the more you prioritize sleep, the more you go for it. Mm. And then what is that? Alasya is slothfulness, laziness, lassitude, which comes from habitually dulled senses, which certainly contribute to dullness of mind. So laziness is coming because the mind is not sharp. The body is not sharp. Senses are not sharp. What does that mean? Huh? Is someone here who's an athletic uh, in your life? What does that need? It needs agility. What does that need? Yeah, sharpness, agility. Of course, you can see business agility is driven by what? Not people who are lazy, right? At our office, what is needed? If there is always plans, 10 plans, 100 plans to do that, do this. Yeah, yeah. A person who is lazy has no place there. A person who is lazy, lassitude means, okay, I'm not understanding this. Can I get more time? Okay, no time. Or one is not good at yeah, work. No place, no space. So lassitude is something, it is because our senses become dull. Just like when one is alcoholic, who consumed alcohol, and then his senses are not so fast. Yeah, we might have come across these people who are just drowsy, zombie, kind of people. They don't know they are coming to us, or they are walking on the road, or they are falling on the road. The senses became dull, that he's not seeing things as they are. Or sometimes, yeah, when I had some kind of condition due to which my eyes were affected, I couldn't see things as they are. Yeah. What is the disease that we are talking is avidya. One who has no knowledge. I think Parth Prabhu, you were mentioning, na, uh, a person cannot think that he is happy. No, but with the disease, he thinks that he is happy, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
He's always thinking, hey, I am perfect. Yeah, come on. I can even, I can open a institute of attaining happiness by doing nothing. There are also some clubs, I don't know if you know that. Recently, 2 days back, I was hearing to radio that there is a club in London. It is called Chess Club. Chess Club, and the person who has come from Tanzania, he came to London and he saw, hey, there is now no such club. Let me open a club. Oh, come on, this is about what? Chess means you need to be very intelligent, right? So he has opened with handful of people in a small apartment, and the purpose is it is open. It is a night chess club. Yeah, we were also talking night chanting club. This is a night chess club, and people, whoever, there is no discrimination. Whoever is interested to play chess in the night after a very hectic day, they can come over and then they can play. But you know what? Will people come for chess at night? Even how much ever great taste you have for chess? Huh? Will you go, Ratikeli Mataji, to such place? Huh? After work, you think, oh, this is the time to take some break, rest.
No.
No. But then this guy has, every table has a barrel of beer. Hmm. Yeah, the table itself, he was telling, I mean, it was in German, uh, but the guy was telling, every table has a barrel of beer where they can just take whatever beer they want and they can drink, and then they play chess. And of course, the club itself is not keen on only sharpening chess skills, but actually, what people might do more, yeah. Yeah, one who is interested, they think, wow, so nice. Yeah, we have come together, we know each other together, and all this socializing. The purpose is not for chess. Yeah, the passion of this guy to make a chess club accessible. Yeah, but interestingly, he said initially there were 10, 15 people, and within no time there are 300 to 400 people that they usually come. Yeah, and they come from all colors, all countries, different. Why did I bring this up is that this dullness of senses. Dullness of senses is um, need to be cleaned or cleared, and then the disease which is avidya has to be treated. And the treatment, as we were discussing, one is prashadam is one option. What is the other option? Maybe can someone say? Vidya, usually we think vidya, how to clean it is by providing vidya, right? But the person who is not interested in vidya, but how can we um, change? How can we bring him to a higher consciousness? Come on, every year we do that. Yeah, some ideas. Every year we do that.
Vaishnava Sangatyam.
Come on, what do they know about it? They're not interested, right? Hmm?
Um,
Hmm? Rath Yatras.
Kirtan.
Yep, Rath Yatras. When we take Lord Jagannath on the streets, what is happening? The Lord's darshan is actually such a great blessing. Yeah. So when Sankirtan distribution happens, books are distributed, Prashadam is distributed. What is also happening is the Lord is coming onto the street for those lazy buggers, so who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, who are not interested to come to temple, who are not interested to take the great opportunity that Lord has manifested Himself in the city where we live. So the Lord is saying, okay, I come out and I'm going to see everyone and bless them. So darshan. Yeah, one thing is, yeah, if you ask Parth Prabhu, come for a holy retreat, will they come? They will say, hey, you come for our holy retreat, right?
Yes, probably that.
Yeah. And even maybe there is no spirit in your holy retreat, but they have spirit already in their retreat. Hmm? Spirituous is already there. So the best thing is, yeah, that's why I really appreciate that when we are doing Rath Yatras, right? So many people who are just, while even they are having their nice time in their own world, but at least Jagannath is seeing them. Hmm. Again, same thing. When we are doing outreach program, we never know whose fortune is going to turn, because how long can one be happy in his laziness? Yeah, there is a point where you think, hey, life is frustrating. Yeah, why? You know what happens? Once Prahlad Bhakta Prabhu from Ghana, I mean, long list 15 years back, I think at that time. No, maybe not so back, like 10 to 15 years ago. He came to Germany for some research. Yeah, he's a PhD student in the area of oral, what is it called? Hearing, something. So he came at the time. He used to tell about his own life. That's why yesterday somehow in the class I couldn't mention. If we want to have enthusiasm, we should read. Yeah, we were telling, na, Shato Vritte means to follow the sadhus. How can we follow the sadhus? Is by just reading. There is a website called howicame.com or .org. I don't know. Howicame.org. Yeah, how I came. Yeah, I think something like that, where you can hear to so many Vaishnavas how they came to Krishna consciousness. And some stories are amazing. Where yeah, I was telling about this Prahlad Bhakta Prabhu. So he was telling that he was so much into the world of alcohol. That's what matters. He had a family, he had kids, and he used to tell that I used to come home in that condition that I don't know where did I forget my shoes. Hmm. and yeah, which means definitely he wouldn't come with his shoes. And after coming, he doesn't know how did he got onto his bed. Yeah, someone has to bring him every time it was happening. Every day morning, he used to think, hey, come on, I have a family. And of course, I'm talking, he's already a well educated, yeah, so intellectual person, but addicted, so much addiction. And so much addiction that when he was feeling, oh, what am I causing inconvenience to my wife? And one frustrated day, somehow he came across a book in his bookshelf, and then he turned the pages. I think it was Bhagavad Gita or Nectar of Instruction, one of this. Then, when he started reading, then his old friends who were alcoholic and who always enjoyed his company, they called him. And this time he didn't go. He said, okay, no, 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 I'll come next time. And in that way, the more and more he read, the more and more, then he came to an understanding. Just finish the reading, and he became a devotee. He gave up everything. Hmm. So, what is the other way? We just distribute the book. We never know what time one may turn to it. Laziness, one cannot stay in laziness. One cannot die in laziness. One will come to this point that yes, this is quite frustrating. It's not happiness, I thought. Yes, okay, maybe there is still some other easy option. What is an easy option? A book at my home. Let me open the book which is at my home. That's why book distribution. Yeah, we see Prabhupada book distribution. It's not that ISKCON wants to make more money. Uh, one may think, hey, why are books so expensive and all these things? Why all l- even if you see the book distribution is going on mainly because Prabhupada in fact said, my Guru Maharaj told me, yeah, even if needed, pull out pull out the marble of the temples and sell them to print books for distribution. So important are the books. Even a person who is ignorant, but if he is just having knowledge, no? Parth Prabhu, what is ignorance is not means that he is illiterate. We have to be careful. Sometimes laziness is some people, na, they are super intelligent. They think, all these people, why are they working hard? A lazy person thinks like that.
Yes, Prabhuji, that is also correct sometimes.
Yeah, he think, hey, these people are foolish. Anyway, yeah, he can tell 100 philosophies in a like a nectar of foolish philosophies. They can speak, uh, and they say, hey, don't do hard work, do smart work. These are the mantras of lazy people. Okay. Anyway. So let's continue from so alasya, this laziness, lethargy. I already told. Yeah, maybe lethargy is also not. We should have. We should give up such lethargy, and we should have enthusiasm. Is exactly opposite of uh, inactivity because when someone is having enthusiasm, he's active, and when someone is active, it's not a theory, it's not speculation, it's not imagination. One who is enthusiastic will engage in an activity. That is what is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is not just from within, just to keep it. No, he has to show the enthusiasm in his service. uh, and then alasya, lassitude we spoke, is from habitually dulled senses. So avidya, lack of knowledge, is one thing. And the solution, what are the three solutions just we discussed? How to help out such people?
Prashadam, distributing books.
Organizing big programs, outreach programs. There's so many outreach programs. For example, Indradanu Maharaj conducts, yeah, and there are so many retreats that happen. Not everyone comes, but yeah, then the street festivals, Yeah, do you know what is street festival? Yeah, so many things are anyway happening, and then we also get a chance to do this street festival, be part of it. Yeah, sometimes these have high impact, but of course, but we have to again see, okay, but what will happen the next day? The next day, maybe this book is going to, yeah, he's going to get the book. If he turns the pages of the book, then he will become a devotee, maybe now, later, whatever. Yeah. So, and then pramada is inattention. Inattention means um, is inattention to what is required and is connected to dullness of mind. Inattention is not paying so much. He's very insensitive. A person who is in the mode of ignorance, he is not sensitive to the matter, what he is supposed to do. He is thinking, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. uh, It comes from this year, goes from this year, doesn't process through the mind, circle of mind, doesn't go through that. And then, so the delusive nature of Nidra, Alasya, Pramada are all situated firmly in uh, Tamoguna. Tamaguna and along with the characteristics of Rajaguna are very detrimental to aspiring jiva. So one who is in the mode of passion and in the mode of ignorance has to come to the mode of goodness. Otherwise, he is lost. Just like um, you know the story of tortoise and rabbit. Huh? The rabbit is super smart, super agile, isn't it? Tortoise is very slow, huh? Because of its heaviness and also because of its yeah, arrangement of the Lord. It can't. Of course, in water it can swim faster. That's okay. But yeah, on on the floor, yeah, rabbit can jump. We don't see tortoise jumping unless it's turtles. What is it? Animation. Um, yeah, no. So, but what happens is steadily and working hard, tortoise wins the race rather than all the agility. Agility is there, okay, but when it's not used properly, when there is no knowledge, then there is no success. Such a thing is very, very dangerous. One has to be rescued, and rescuing such people, yeah, is through, yeah, prasadam, through books, through organizing all these nice programs. And through these programs, yeah, some people still they may come with their own conditioning, but slowly, slowly, yeah, okay, they're eating prasadam. Slowly, slowly, yes, they are hearing to something that they like it. They like it. Once there was this merchant who went to Prabhupada, and he was quite eager. Yeah, when you go to a sadhu, you will be very eager to get gyan. And he went and he told, "Hey, Maharaji, in such a short time you have become so rich. Tell me how to become such a rich person." At least he saw something quite impressing. Yeah, how ISKCON is flourishing and became so rich. So he is coming for that, and of course, the right person knows how to answer to such. Yeah, he's not just saying, "Hey, I'm going to tell you how to become a successful richy man." Prabhupada, of course, the merchant guy was not ready to work hard. So he was. So people will come because yesterday, what did we say? Taranga Rangini. There are always so many material things that will also come. And are we reusing those material things in spiritual work? Part Prabhu, you remember, no? I gave this example of Vishnumurti Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Money is what is money? Of course, can we say money is spiritual or material?
Yeah, it can be spiritual material depending on our mood. How do we utilize it?
Okay, we'll ask someone else. Is money material or spiritual? You address it, Prabhu. Is the question clear? Is money spiritual or material?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, yeah. So I think it could be spiritual if we use it for Krishna service, and if we use
Okay.
it for our enjoyment,
Mhm.
then it's material.
Okay. Gaur Bhagwan, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, in one sense, everything belongs to Krishna, so it is not our. So, if we say it is Lakshmi, then I feel more spiritual aspect,
Mm-hmm.
and just money is.
Yeah. So the currency notes can be material, but the energy behind that is Shakti, right? What is that Shakti? Huh? Is spiritual. And it's not like if you print any paper and then make it, no, it doesn't become money, right? Sorry, it doesn't become a note or a currency. Uh, people are making these currency notes, but it's also that the value that is given to them are by people. One who is one who is a self-realized person, for him, yeah, when we see Sanatana Goswami, gold, we know gold is a factor that determines the richness of a country, right? Isn't it the case?
Yes, correct. Gold
Yeah,
is
the more gold you have, the more rich you are. And some Middle East countries, they have so much gold, yeah, they don't know how to do anything. But what is real wealth? Money is one thing, but real wealth is beyond that, right? Yeah. And coming back to the question, is money spiritual or material? Yeah. As when we see that yeah, it's a human arrangement that for a certain so currency you're assigning some value, which is all material thing. But we know that the goddess of fortune, when the fortune is not there, it doesn't matter how many notes you have or what is the value of it, all has no value. Yeah. And then we can see the same power into the gold or silver or all these minerals and all those things into the notes, everything. We see them as very precious, right? Otherwise, why will we give so much value to that, right? Because we see, hey, it's such a rare thing, oh, it's so nice, yeah, and people are attracted, and all these things are actually valuing or valuating. Overvaluation also happens, and that's why corrections happen. All these things is a drama, isn't it? A sadhu is saying all these things as nothing, yeah. Mm. But whereas a devotee is saying, hey, if these things attract people, if these things have a tag for the people to understand value of it, a devotee is using everything and then using in the service of the Lord. So a devotee sees everything as energy of the Lord, as Gaur Baba was mentioning, and using that energy back in the service of Krishna. I don't know why did we get into this topic, but yeah, we have to slowly close. So here we should be very careful that at least ourselves, let's protect ourselves from this dangers of sleep, laziness, because these kill our enthusiasm. When the senses become dull, what happens? No interest. Our interest is gone. No spirit. Uh, all these things are affected. Yeah, thank you very much. We can close here unless, yeah, there are any thoughts further to share from someone.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, the senses become so the devotee has the sharp senses. What does it mean? So they should not be
Sharp
dull.
means very responsive, active senses. Yeah, your intelligence is measured by how sharp you can think. You're getting what does it mean?
Yes, Babuji. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
sharpness means just like a piece of iron which is not rusty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
it can very easily attract a magnet. When there is this covering of rust, then yeah, it's yeah not so, what do you call this? Not so transparent. It's not so transparent via media that it can rust doesn't has a property to attract to get attracted to magnet. So we are talking about blunt senses or rusty and or yeah, not sharp. Sharp means yeah, nice. So an axe which is not sharp, yeah, is it fit for the purpose?
No, Prabhuji.
Hmm? Senses also should be agile, should be very active. So how can they be active is by engaging as much as possible in the service of the Lord. The moment we just take a step back, yeah, Maya is there and Maya is covering. That's just like this piece of iron is covered by the rust. So the influence of Maya, the modes of nature will work on us, and when that influence works on us, then yeah, everything becomes dull. Yep,
Yes,
Gaur
Babuji.
Bhagwan Prabhu.
Yes, Babuji. So sharp senses means to utilize it for.
Sharp senses means active senses. So this is first thing.
Yes, Babuji. Yeah. Thank you, Babuji.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Hare Krishna Sugandha Mataji. Yeah, thanks for joining. Okay, then thank you very much, and we see us soon. I'm just thinking as we are coming closer to the Bhagavad Saptah, so next 1 week maybe we take a pause from the Nityam Bhagavad Seva. Just thought came to me so that we all are, um, yeah, it's not laziness. We all can take time and prepare ourselves to give full energy to the Bhagavad Saptah. This thought came to me. I'm just yeah, opening up here. What should we continue the Monday to Friday, or shall we do it as it is? Um, what's your opinion? Don't think from a laziness point of view. What should we do? Rather, we should think, okay, can it help that we can give our full for the Bhagavad Saptah 7 days? Will it help to prepare more for that? What is your preferences? Hmm.
You told about the Nitya Bhagavad Seva for five
Yeah,
days.
yeah. Pad Prabhu raised hand so that he doesn't have to post every day.
Babuji,
Yeah.
yeah, of course we can take a pause and maybe we can accumulate our eagerness so that we can be more enthusiastic.
Hmm. Yeah, I too thought that it can help us, that it can make us a special, that we are tuned more for that, and also are eager. I thought that the same, but I was also scared that, okay, let me check with you all. If your enthusiasm is so much, then I shouldn't stop.
And maybe we can connect one more time in this Monday
Mm-hmm.
between us for
Fine,
the management and arrangement.
fine. Okay, then thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarabhyashta kripa sindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hare Krishna.